What's up, Puppet Hypermites? It's your boy Puppet Hyper coming to you live from the Puppet Hyper house. And I want to talk a little bit about BushCampDad and his arrogance lately. So what I'm going to talk about is this. His behavior has gotten worse, especially since he started becoming really popular. And he's been doing a lot of things that I would say is arrogant. And definitely not wholesome, as everybody says. He's the most wholesome streamer. He's definitely far from the most wholesome streamer. Like I said, he's the most arrogant streamer when it comes to a lot of things. Some of the things that upset me with him is that when he has all those V-Buck cards, he has to like fan them out and flex that way, like he was trying to show off. Secondly, is every single giveaway he does, which is fine. It's great that he does giveaways, but he mentions to his fans, "I've already spent $20,000 on giveaways." Why do you gotta say how much you spent? First of all, you're making over $100,000 a year plus. Who knows? Maybe the figures are even high. Maybe it's 200,000, but you're making six figures a year playing Fortnite. So for the $20,000 that you spent, you've made well over $80,000 for yourself. Don't act like you're giving all the money back to your fans. Just tell everybody that to use your creator code and it helps the giveaways. That's all you have to say. You don't have to say how much you spent and how your wife does your credit card bills. Nobody cares. Nobody needs to know that you spent $20,000 on giveaways. It's not necessary. Secondly, is that he thinks that everybody should let him win all the time. So if he's left in the final two, he wants you to recognize him. Like if he starts dancing his little girl era, whatever the freak it's called, he starts doing that dance. He expects people to notice him, recognize him, and stop. Turn around and let him have the victory royale. And some people do. Some people do. But there was a time, or many times in the past, and I can pick out one time in particular, where he was left with another guy. He probably wasn't a streamer, and he was saying on his stream, "Hey, if you let me win, I'll shout out your stream. If you just give me the win, and I'll shout out your stream. That's all you have to do." And next thing you know, the guy eliminated him, and he's like, "Oh, what an idiot! What a moron! So stupid. If he would have let me win, I would have shouted out his stream." First of all, BushCampDad, not everybody is a streamer. I think Casey Bombi even said in that video, I don't think he's a streamer, BushCampDad, and he still looked upset. Okay, that's not how the game is played. Okay, you're not supposed to have people give you wins. It's not how it works. When you say that you rank up to Unreal and you want to be the top page in Unreal, you're not really getting there by yourself. You're teaming all the time. You're having help all the time. You're getting wins and eliminations by friendly stream snipers. That's all considered teaming. So that's not the way you do it. Okay? It's not the way you do it. And you can't say that you're the top so-and-so in the world when you're really not even close. Because you're getting there in a way that's not legit, I should say. Because if you're just camping, like BushCampDad, or because he's never eliminated anybody, or or Zero Shot Bob, they don't have people giving them wins and giving them eliminations. If you do it just camping, that's fine. I give you props for that, but you're not doing it like that. You're getting a lot of help, BushCampDad. Okay, on to the next topic. One of the most recent. Well, before I go to that, let me just say also he's talking about alcohol consumption. Is like he got a $400 tip on Super Chat once. I don't know why somebody gave him $400. It's beyond my belief. I don't even understand why. But God bless that person, whoever that has all that money to give BushCampDad the money like that. He said, "I'll use some of this money for giveaways, but I'm gonna go out and buy myself a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. I know Johnny Walker Black is good, but I'm gonna buy Johnny Walker Blue. It's more expensive and probably tastes better." And there's kids on you're telling kids that Johnny Walker Black is good and Johnny Walker Blue is better. You're playing for 13-year-old kids, 14-year-old kids. So why are you talking about alcohol consumption and what you're going to spend your money on to the children that are watching you? You're 51 years old, yes, but the people that are watching you are a lot younger than you. Yes, there are probably some adults and they're teenagers, but there's also a lot of little kids, like the ones who call you dad and daddy, or I wish you were my dad. Those are all little kids. So that is definitely not a wholesome thing to do. So that's another reason why BushCampDad isn't the most wholesome streamer. As far as his arrogance goes, Besides the fact that he flexes all the time with what he has, even with his computer, his PC. I went out and I bought a $6,000 PC. I bought a $6,000 PC, and now I can stream, and my stream is gonna be better. I'm upgrading all my. You don't have to say that it was $6,000. Just say you bought a good high-end PC. You don't gotta say you spent $6,000. You know, that's not necessary to mention that. Next, we'll talk about. Let me move up a little bit here. Next, we'll talk about my friend Zero Shot Bob. Not too long ago, Zero Shot Bob came up with a strategy, with a damage differential strategy, which he was working on since last season. Okay? Zero Shot Bob did a video about it. Okay, the day or two after that, Zero Shot Bob was on BushCampDad's live and Zero Shot Bob told BushCampDad about the strategy. And BushCampDad was like, that's an interesting hypothesis. That's an interesting hypothesis. I'll have to look into that. Okay, that video seems to be gone from what I heard. I don't know if it's around still. But if you go into Zero Shot Bob's TikTok, Zero Shot Bob, check out his TikToks and you'll find that video of BushCampDad being told about the Zero Shot strategy. And he hasn't given any credit to Zero Shot Bob. So he did a video called the One Shot Strat. He calls it his One Shot Strat. And he says in the video how he discovered it. He discovered the strategy. It's all him. He didn't mention Zero Shot Bob's name once. And everybody started commenting, this is Zero Shot Bob's strategy, not yours. And including myself. You know, I was a moderator for BushCampDad. And it was like a joke almost because I never liked him to begin with. But I did it because I figured maybe I'll get some new followers from his fans. And I did. I got like 30 or 40 new TikTok followers. So it helped me a little bit. And I was a good moderator. I wasn't setting him up for failure. I did my job as a moderator. But on his stream, BushCampDad was talking about the one-shot strategy, and I said, as his moderator, hey, BushCampDad, this is Zero Shot Bob's strategy, not yours. Why are you saying you discovered it? And the next day, I got a notification on TikTok saying that I was removed as BushCampDad's moderator. Probably for that reason. Casey Baum will deny it wasn't for that reason. She'll say she heard somebody said I was saying negative things. I wouldn't call that negative. I would just call that saying facts. It wasn't negative. I wasn't being negative when I said Zero Shot Bob discovered it because Zero Shot Bob discovered it. In that video for the one-shot strategy, and people might say, why is an old man so mad about another old man taking their strategy? Because BushCampDad's videos are monetized. Do you understand what that means? He's monetized on YouTube. The one-shot strat video has 500,000 views and probably going to get more eventually. Okay? He's making money off of Zero Shot Bob's strategy. That's Zero Shot Bob, and Zero Shot Bob's not making anything. We should be calling him Zero Money Bob, because BushCampDad's the one seeing all the money, not Zero Shot Bob, and it's not fair to my friend Zero Shot Bob. He came up with the strategy. Even Cypher PK himself. Check out his video where Cypher PK acknowledges that Zero Shot Bob came up with that strategy, not BushCampDad. He even said it in a video. I know it wasn't BushCampDad that came out with the strat. I know it was somebody else. And when he found Zero Shot Bob's page, he came on the page and said, I love your strategy. Great job. Keep up the good work. Something like that, to that effect. So Zero Shot Bob was acknowledged by Cypher PK that the strategy was his. The very next day, just about the very next day, after Cypher PK acknowledged Zero Shot Bob, all of a sudden he started doing zero builds because he made Unreal in builds. He's like, well, I'm not going to be using the one-shot strategy anymore for zero build. So I figure I have a chance to do it on my own. All of a sudden, he doesn't want to do the one-shot strategy. After Cypher PK said that Zero Shot Bob was the one who discovered it, not him. You know what it is? Because God forbid, BushCampDad isn't the smartest streamer. Well, sorry, BushCampDad. This time, Zero Shot Bob came up with a strategy that you're using and taking credit for. So maybe Zero Shot Bob is the smarter streamer than you are. You don't, I know everybody gives you props as the best. BushCampDad, nobody can stop him. He can't be stopped. Yeah, with the help of Zero Shot Bob, he can't be stopped. Because towards the end of his Unreal, he was when he was taking credit for the one-shot strategy. He used Zero Shot Bob's strategy to make it to Unreal. Now, when he started zero builds, all of a sudden, the day after or so, Cypher PK says that it wasn't BushCampDad's strategy. All of a sudden, BushCampDad says, I don't want to use that one-shot strategy for builds. For zero builds. BushCampDad said, I don't want to use the one-shot strat for zero builds. I could do it on my own. Because he heard that Cypher PK said that it wasn't him who discovered it. Where this whole time he was taking credit for it. Now, from what I understand, I listened to a live of my friend Zero Shot Bob, and he said in the live that he wrote to Casey Bomb. I wrote to Casey Bomb also, by the way. Okay, she doesn't listen to anything I tell her. She was just full of BS on her response to me. She responded to me. I wrote her a very long letter on things that I told her can help BushCampDad improve as a streamer. But why would she take advice from me, right? I have no followers. He has 2 million, so they must be doing something right. It's not about that. It's about your character. I see it. Not everybody sees it yet, but everybody eventually is going to see how arrogant he is. Eventually, it's going to come out. And that's when people get canceled, when things come out. So Zero Shot Bob wrote to Casey Bomb saying that, can you at least give me credit for my strategy that BushCampDad is using? Because in his video, he says that he discovered it. And she said basically no. She said no, she's not going to, they're taking it, it's their strategy, not yours, and it's, you can't, we're not going to give you any credit for it. Real nice, Casey Bomb. Real nice. Real nice, BushCampDad. The most wholesome streamer, my ass. The two most arrogant people on platforms is Casey Bomb and BushCampDad. Because they even said, with BushCampDad was saying, BushCampDad was saying in a video that, oh yeah, my quitting strategy was replaced with this new strategy that Zero Shot Bob came up with. When Zero Shot Bob knew about the strategy last season, he saw it. So he saw it in the same season that BushCampDad was quitting every game. So it wasn't changed because of BushCampDad. It was always there. It's just that BushCampDad never knew it was there. He never saw it. But my friend Zero Shot Bob saw it. He knew it was there. He did a video about it. And look who takes credit for it. BushCampDad took credit for it because he thought he can get away with it. But everybody knows the truth now. Cypher PK acknowledged him. Although he still has fans that are going to say, oh, no, you're just jealous. Zero Shot Bob, you're just jealous. You just want to say it to when everybody knows, BushCampDad. How could you have discovered it? BushCampDad's the best 300 IQ camper out there. No, he's not. All right, he's not, dude. He's not the best streamer out there. Not the best camper out there. There are people have been camping for a very long time, and he's not necessarily the best camper. All right. There's a lot of look at like I said, look at BushCampDad. He was able to get to Unreal without eliminating anybody, without any help from anybody. Like BushCampDad had lots of help. BushCampDad had a lot of help with his videos. And I'm gonna hang out in this car for a minute. BushCampDad had a lot of help in his videos with friendly stream snipers, people giving him wins. BushCampDad didn't do that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Zero Shot Bob is gonna make it to made it to Unreal in less games than BushCampDad did. I think I could be wrong, but I think Zero Shot Bob made it. BushCampDad got there first because he plays 12 hours a day. Of course, he didn't get there first. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Zero Shot Bob got there in less games. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to check that, but yeah. So, for those of you who are idolizing BushCampDad as the most wholesome streamer, he's not. He's the most arrogant streamer. Along with manager Casey Bomb, who also is full of crap, especially once I heard that she won't even say anything. Like, she won't even have the courtesy, knowing that Zero Shot Bob come up with that strategy, to tell BushCampDad, hey, do a video where you say Zero Shot Bob's strategy helped you a lot. Don't take full credit for it because it really wasn't you. And God forbid he did that, because the whole thing is, it comes back to his arrogance. It comes back to BushCampDad's arrogance. Because of his arrogance. Let's see if I can hide behind here. Because of his arrogance, he has to be the smartest streamer. So he's taking credit for somebody else's strategy. You know what I mean? he's saying he has to take credit for somebody else's strategy because he wants to be deemed the smartest streamer. So when somebody came up with an idea that he didn't think of, he went right away, took credit for it. So that's what I have to say about BushCampDad. Now let's see how far I can get on this game. I'm in top 9 right now. I'm doing a pretty good job this game camping. So those of you who are BushCampDad fans, just watch him a little closer, and you'll see the arrogance that I've seen for a very long time. Okay, I mean, there's probably things that I haven't even mentioned yet. Anyways, there's things that I probably haven't even mentioned yet that I could say, but those are the things that came to my mind during this game. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, you guys, see how I did. Hopefully it'll show up. Yeah, I got 1% for 8th place. I'll tell you something right now. Now, my other strategy that I came up with, I finished in 8th place, like 10th place, and I take fall damage and eliminate myself. So if you eliminate yourself with fall damage, I did a video about that actually. I'll post it with this video so you can see how that works. But if you eliminate yourself without taking any damage from a storm or another player, you get more. So for 8th place, if I eliminate myself from like a cliff or from a high building, I would probably get like 4 points, 4 or 5 points. But I only got 1 because I got eliminated by another player. So that's just how that is. Anyway, you guys, just think about who you're worshiping. BushCampDad is definitely not the most wholesome streamer. He's probably the most arrogant streamer, along with his manager, Casey Bomb, who refuses to give credit to Zero Shot Bob. And I wrote her a letter about how I felt about things that are going on his page, and she responded with the same arrogance that he has, thinking that they're better than everybody else. That, that she said, I'm surprised that his stream takes up so much of your thoughts. It does, because he's making money on other people's ideas, and that bothers me. So anyway, follow Zero Shot Bob on TikTok and on Twitch. He's my good buddy here on Twitch. Please, also on YouTube, please give me a follow. I'm Puppet Hyper Official, as you can see right here. I'm on that page right now. So please give me a subscribe and a like. And on TikTok, if you like puppet videos, I'm a puppeteer. That's what I'm known for. That's why my name is Puppet Hyper. So my TikTok page is Puppet Hyper House. Sort of like the Hype House, but I'm Puppet Hyper House, which I created like 4 or 5 years ago. And I do a lot of puppet videos with like trending songs and trending words and stuff. And I use the puppets to lip sync to them and stuff like that. I also do a live show with my puppets late at night, sometimes doing like karaoke and things like that. So check out my TikTok page, which is Puppet Hyper House. And until next time, you guys, stay hyper. Bye, everyone.
They sent me this free beneficiary planner just for calling. I filled in all my important information and final wishes. Now my kids will have everything they need in one place.